I want to show you how to make the pattern for the garment that I have on. This is a crossover top. I think you can probably see it with this line in here. All I've done is to have made the shirt, took a strip of this printed fabric, and by the way, prints in the back. So I used the whole print in the back and just a strip. This strip was glued on with steam-a-seam. And the reason I glued it on with steam-a-seam before I sewed the side seams together is that it makes it stay flat. I know what you all do when you put a trim on something like this. What happens is as you're sewing it pulls bias lines. If you glue it down with a steam-a-seam, that is never going to happen again. So I love that product. Yes, I sell it in 1/2 inch increments. I just stacked up the 1/2 inches till I glued the whole piece down. And I didn't have any issue whatsoever. Just top stitched it on there and you're good. So let's go back to the master pattern. When you open up the master pattern, you're going to find the big pattern on the inside. On the back side of that pattern is a dolman overlay. And we've already made a dolman sleeve. If you've not seen that video, go back and see how we did that dolman sleeve. All the directions for the top I have on. Now I don't have the strip on there, but you've got that. Just a strip. That's all it is. And then what makes this different is a different print in the back than it is in the front. So the dolman overlay is on, and how to make the dolman sleeve and how to make the crossover top is on variation 1. So real simple directions to follow. But I want to show you how to make the pattern because it's very easy to do. First of all, you need more patternees. So get yourself some more patternees. And then what you want to do is you want to stand in front of a mirror. You know, a lot of people say, I can't measure myself. Yes, you can. You have a tape measure, you have your body in front of you. Stand in front of a mirror and look. You want to put that tape measure right in that little hollow in your neck. That is exactly where the front of the master pattern is, right there in that hollow. And everybody's exactly the same. You want to measure down as far down as you want this V to be. And right now I can feel where this V is, and it's 6 inches down. Now I like my V's a little bit lower, and some people will try my clothes on and go, ooh, that's much too low. So you're the designer, you get to do as much as you want to, as low or as high as you want to do it. So I'm going to do mine 6 inches down just to show you. Now I'm going to cut me a length of my patternees. And I already have my dolman pattern that I made earlier. So let me cut a length because I want this, I like the length of the top I have on. So I'm going to cut this like this. And then we'll get rid of the bolts. I love patternees. It's wonderful. So I'm going to open this up. The patternees, I'm going to open it up because I need to add this crossover to it. All right. So if you look at the master pattern I have, and I would suggest you probably make yourself a dolman just to make sure that you're happy with it. You could do this as a set-in sleeve if you wanted to, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my master dolman. All right. And I'm going to cut that neck down. Now, if you remember in your directions on the DVD on the master, you cut the neck, but you leave a little wedge, right? So that you can flip it down for the front, flip it up for the back. Down for the front, up for the back. So I just want the front. I'm not going to do a crossover in the back. So all I need is the front of it. So let me put this underneath the patternees like this. I'm going to do a dolman first, but I will draw in that armhole to show you how this is done. All right? So, we're good? Okay. What I would suggest you do is to draw that center front line on there. That's your grain and crease line. So you want to make sure that you do have that on your pattern, because if you ever want to do anything funky to it, you need to know where the center is. All right. So I'm going to draw in the neckline like this, and I'm drawing this in for your all's purposes. I'm going to draw the dolman like this and like this. So I'm really just following the pattern, my master pattern, with the dolman attached. Easy? Okay, watch how simple this is. So I'm going to go down 6 inches because I already told you I liked what I had on. All right, so this is my V. Now you have templates on your on the back side. So if you want to use a template to cut this, that's fine, or you can just V it yourself. It's totally up to you as to what you want to do. So I'm just going to start the V like that. But what I want to do is I want to go out 7 inches. Let me scoot this up just a little bit because I need the crossover. So I'm going to go out 7 inches like this, and I'm going to draw a line that goes like this, and I'm going to come up like that. All right, you with me? Okay, watch what we're going to do. I'm going to take away the master. I'm going to fold this on the line that we drew like this. I'm going to cut out a whole one. Now I'm going to cut out this whole one to show you all where this is going, because I need to know where, and you'll see why in just a second, where that side seam is, because you don't want to be short the side seam. Get it under there. Get rid of that. And let's cut out the front like this so that you all can see where I'm going. Now see how short I was to the side seam? So I've got to keep going, right? So I'm going to go all the way over here like this. All right? Now, remember that I drew this little piece right here? So I'm going to cut that out. Kind of funky looking right now, but you can see the crossover, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this apart like this. There is what I have on, like that. All right, you kind of need to do the other side. So here's your pattern for the other side. Let me go back over this way so you can see the marks. This is the pattern for the other side, and what you want to make sure that you do is you want to make sure that you know that this is the top. Now, again, just mark it. So this is the shoulder, because it looks funny. You want to add a 1/2 inch seam allowance to this piece and a 1/2 inch seam allowance to this piece to sew them back together so that you have a whole shirt. Isn't that fun and easy? I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you've seen how simple and easy this system is to work with. All of the products you've seen in the video are available on my website or a link on my website. Please make sure while you're there to check out the classes to see where I am. Join me on Facebook under Fit Nice, and be sure to join the Fit Club. Thank you.